See how ice cubes and bathtubs are the perfect combination for meeting your next best friend.
Also, up in Santa Barbara, we're checking out how the country's hot new spot has taken over the lives of people young and old.
Over in Costa Mesa, hear how a group of musicians are helping to revive the spirit of the blues.
I'm Tess Martinelli.
I'm Stephen Hogenkamp.
And I'm Tegan Cali. Welcome to the first ever edition of the Nouveau Niche.
Join us as we uncover some of the most unique communities that Southern California has to offer.
We're going to start our journey in the heart of LA County, Santa Monica.
I had the chance to see how people are taking the plunge to make lasting connections. Take a look.
In 2020, dating apps were all the rage. You could chat with strangers, no strings attached, then kiss them goodbye with the wave of a finger. And with options like Bumble BFF, you could swipe your way to friendship as well. But soon, users grew tired of fleeting connections and surface-level interactions. By 2023, dating app downloads dropped 16% from pandemic-era highs, and 90% of Gen Z reported feeling frustrated with them. Now, in 2024, something new is sweeping the dating scene.
I'm here at the launch of Ice Pass LA's new location where people are stripping down to break the ice, literally. It's been a rainy, cold night here in LA, but that didn't stop dozens of people from showing up here in the pursuit of connection.
Ice Pass LA is a wellness space for folks in the area who are looking to meet like-minded people. Through contrast therapy, aka swapping between ice baths and hot saunas, attendees are spending their Friday night getting a natural high. Co-founder Kyle Cassidy says that he started Ice Pass in his house during the pandemic.
It was a very isolating time, and for me, I just felt this overwhelming need to bring people together.
The group, which he initially called Healthy Mornings, would collectively engage in meditation, breathwork, yoga, and more. But the introduction of ice baths brought an unmatched level of energy and excitement.
If you've never done an ice bath before, getting in there takes your breath away. It is a feeling of shock. It puts you into a state of questioning whether you're safe or not. And I think a lot of us live so comfortably. Very rarely do we step into discomfort in today's age.
On this chilly winter night at the launch of Ice Pass's third official location, the baths were anything but refreshing. But experienced plungers appeared unbothered in the 50-degree water. While others, well, they tried their best.
I can't feel anything right now.
It was very cold. After the initial 5-10 second shock, I actually got used to it pretty quick.
The ice bath is certainly the centerpiece of this event. But Kyle says that these sauna socials, which take place every Friday night, were really started for a friend who was having a hard time meeting girls on dating apps.
You're dating for looks, and looks are important, but he wanted to find somebody that he could connect deeper with. And he had a joke. He was like, we should do a date in the tub.
And just like everything in La La Land, this shower thought became a reality.
A friend just kind of invited me out today and was like, oh, I'm going to this sauna social, and I was like, that's the most LA thing I've ever heard.
It's certainly a uniquely LA experience, but there's a reason people stay coming back for more.
I said I'm new here, never been here before, don't know anyone, but it was somehow it was so easy just to converse with other people around the ice bath, and I think that makes it easier to break the ice, no pun intended.
That kind of is what sparked the sauna socials, is I think as a collective, are starting to be done with the bars, the clubs, these areas that are unconscious. It's cool to have that third place.
Really the big purpose of Ice Pass is conscious connection, right? It just happens to be in a tub. But I don't drink, so I'm always looking for ways outside of bars and things like that where people can connect and have good conversations and just, yeah.
Regardless of what brings participants to Ice Pass, Kyle encourages folks to keep an open mind as to what they might find.
Come into it with a very small expectation of finding love, but just have the expectation of connecting with someone new and creating a friendship. And when you come into it with more of that mindset, Everyone who comes to these events, I guarantee will find a friend that they will then hang out with outside of Ice Pass.
It's been a great night here at Ice Pass LA, but I think it's time that I hit the sauna. This is Tess Martinelli signing out.
Thanks, Tess. With this hot weather, a plunge into the water sounds perfect. But first, let's check out a new hot sport that's been catching fire, pickleball. I checked out Dynamite Pickleball in Santa Barbara just to see how big of a deal it is.
The pandemic in 2020 not only shut down schools and businesses, but sports as well, leaving much to be desired from people looking to stay active. Enter pickleball. Pickleball, a sport that was founded in 1965, has risen to extreme popularity and has seen a 223.5% increase in players over the last 3 years. A mix between tennis, badminton, and ping pong, pickleball now has many people that have dedicated their lives to it in hopes of creating everlasting communities.
I'm at Dynamite Pickleball's facility here in Santa Barbara, California, where though the lights have turned off, the competition has turned on. It's pickleball after dark. I'm talking neon clothes, impeccable conversations, and of course, immense connections. Come check it out.
Dynamite Pickleball is a pickleball club that welcomes any and all levels of pickleball athletes to join. Dave and Tracy Wilcox, owners and operators of the club, have both noticed the growth of the sport and decided to take advantage.
Actually, it was right during the middle of COVID, and we said we will teach one class, and one class, it sold out in like 10 seconds. So then we did 2 and then 4, and then we were teaching 11 classes, and they were selling out all of them.
When my husband first presented the idea, I thought he was crazy. And then we got nets and barriers, and it kind of just escalated into becoming a club.
Seeing the community that was built and the friendships that were made, everything that we were loving about it, now we are sharing with our students, and they were loving it.
Dynamite Pickleball has taught over 1,000 players, bringing in everyone from young children to 80-year-old adults.
I've taught a 6-year-old and I've taught a 91-year-old. And the 91-year-old that I taught, their mindset was, I just want to try something new. Like, you're 91, you're my hero.
Pickleball has become a lifestyle for people who, as Dave and Tracy say, want to feel like kids again.
Man, I want to do it until I'm like 105. If these legs will keep going and I can keep playing.
I've become a pickleball addict. I try to take, I call it my potential rest days, Tuesdays and Fridays. And then here I am 7 days a week, right?
I've had, so many, people that are out there playing right now that I was lost. It literally changed my life. Like, really? A sport with a wiffle ball? But I get it, because it helped to change my life. And when it's had that impact on people, that's heartwarming to me, and it keeps my light charged, and I want to keep doing it again. And I love what I do.
It's not just about pickleball, it's about community, it's about the whole person, it's about just making people's lives better.
Once someone begins playing pickleball, they do not stop. And here at Dynamite Pickleball, the community is getting bigger by the day.
Pickleball, it's like, I don't know, my friends have multiplied, like weekly.
This is a great way to meet people. We have a common interest. And I think what this type of event does is it takes down also the competitive temperature too. It's a very confusing sport. I think people are like, hey, you can come out and just have fun. You don't have to worry about the score. You don't have to worry about, I'm more worried about whether there's going to be some eclairs left over when I get back to the table.
Dynamite Pickleball has created a tight-knit community that has blossomed since it was first started. But Tracy believes that impact goes far beyond the courts.
I've met people I would never meet, ever, unless I had pickleball. So I think pickleball can just bring communities together, and I really honestly believe that it really can change America.
It has truly been a great night here with Dynamite Pickleball. The vibes were great, the play level high, and the community perfect. Next time you're in search for some fun, grab some friends, a paddle and a ball, and have the time of your life. This is Stephen Hogenkamp for the Nouveau Niche. See you next time.
Thanks, Steven. You know, I think Glenn's right. I might have to go to the Dynamite Pickleball just for some of those eclairs. And while I'm there, I may as well grab a drink. That's why I'm heading down to the local pub to grab a pint and listen to some good music.
Right off the freeway and surrounded by corporate buildings, this might just seem like any other pub. But if you come a little closer, you'll hear the sounds of strumming guitars and wailing harmonicas.
I'm here outside Dirty Nelly's pub in Costa Mesa, where the OC Players Group is performing a special show. But they're not just playing the blues, they're living it. Check it out.
Over 100 people showed up at today's Blues Player Group event to grab a pint and improvise on stage with other blues performers. From seasoned pros to budding novices, everyone's here to jam, improvise, and connect through music that moves us. Richard Hansen, who has been running the group for over a decade, started off just as a regular drop-in musician.
I was just looking for some places to jam, do a blues jam, and did an internet search, and this group came up, and so I joined.
But when the old leader quit, he knew that he had to keep the group alive.
He said, "Anybody want to take this over? Because I'm out." And I said, and I didn't volunteer right away. And we had about 4 weeks or so before the subscription ran out and the group would have been disbanded. And I said, we got too good of a thing going here. I got to step up and do it. So I did.
In the decades since, Hansen has cultivated a group of over 2,200 people who share his passion for the blues. In an oversaturated music landscape, Hansen believes it is more important than ever to carve out a space to honor the roots of modern music.
Blues is the foundation of all popular music in this country. Whether we're talking, especially talking rock and roll, but anything from hip hop, believe it or not, R&B, which is rhythm and blues, even country.
Today, they're honoring authentic blues music through complete improv. Some folks know each other, but others, like guitar player Adam Metzger, showed up alone.
There's a whiteboard over here where you sign up for, I always sign up for Guitar 2 because Guitar 1 is expected to sing and nobody wants to hear me sing. So I always sign up for Guitar 2 and the other people randomly fill in that set and you play with some new friends. Come and do it, find a supportive group like this.
Two or more complete strangers can step up on stage and find common ground using the unspoken language of the blues. That's what brings together blues veterans like Metzger with 14-year-old Max and Jai.
It's like a conversation.
Yeah, it's like a conversation.
So if you'll have like someone play something, you play something back in the same kind of style. It's kind of call and response. Yeah.
Because like when you're talking, you're not talking like robotically, But like when you're playing blues, you're not like playing like robotically. Like you're playing with like feel and like emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The emphasis on emotion and truth over technicality is what makes the Blues Player Group so special.
This group doesn't have a lot of pressure. Nobody is here auditioning for record labels. This is a friendly, collaborative, nurturing environment. Find one like this and come and do it.
There's so much more depth to the blues because it's simple to get into, simple to play, to get started, but the depth of musicianship that it doesn't matter how good or how advanced you get at a level, the blues, you can stick with the blues.
If you're looking for some authentic blues music, then you've come to the right place. I'm signing off, but the music never really stops. I'm Team Cali, reporting with the Nouveau niche. If you weren't a fan of the blues before, you surely will be now.
That's all we got for today. Thank you for tuning in to our first edition of the Nouveau niche.
Join us next time as we uncover even more unique groups in Southern California. See you next time.